wondered why certain problems in your life keep resurfacing? Why you find yourself caught in the same emotional traps, the same painful relationships, the same disappointments again and again? You do your best. You pray. You work hard. You change your environment. And yet, something invisible follows you. It's not just coincidence. It's not just bad luck. It's karma, but not the mystical punishment people often fear. No, it's something far more intimate, far more transformative. Comment below. Have you ever felt like you're reliving the same emotional lesson no matter how much you try to escape it? In Buddhist teachings, karma is not a sentence. It is a cycle, a natural law, like gravity. Karma is not about blame or destiny. It is about patterns. It is the energetic echo of your actions, thoughts, and intentions. What you think, say, and do leaves an imprint. That imprint ripens over time, and eventually, it returns not to punish you, but to teach you. The Buddha explained it with profound simplicity. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. So when we speak of bad karma, we are not speaking about curses or cosmic revenge. We are speaking about the accumulation of actions rooted in ignorance, fear, hatred, and greed actions that over time entangle us in suffering. But here's the good news. Karma is not permanent. It is dynamic. It can be transformed. And the most powerful moment for transformation is always the present one. Thich Nhat Hanh, a revered Vietnamese Zen master, taught that mindfulness is the key to breaking the chains of karma. He said, "The seed of suffering in you may be strong, but don't wait until you have no more suffering before allowing yourself to be happy." That means we don't wait until karma stops to live freely. We begin transforming it now, by how we respond to life moment by moment. So how do we begin to release the weight of bad karma? The first step is awareness. We must see clearly the patterns that hold us. This requires honesty, radical, compassionate honesty. We must ask ourselves, where in my life am I repeatedly creating harm to others or to myself? Where do I react instead of respond? Where do I cling? Where do I shut down? Buddhism emphasizes the role of ignorance, not stupidity, but the unconsciousness of not seeing things as they truly are. It is ignorance that allows karma to grow unchecked. We repeat the same actions because we believe the same illusions. We think happiness will come from attachment. We think safety comes from control. We think we are separate from others. These false views create suffering, and suffering perpetuates karma. But once we begin to see, truly see, the causes of our pain, something shifts. We create space, and in that space, we are no longer driven by the past. We are free to choose a new path. The second step is intention. The Buddha taught that intention is the seed of karma. Every action begins with a thought, and every thought has an energy. When we purify our intention not for image, not for reward, but from genuine compassion and clarity, we plant new seeds. This is where the Eightfold Path becomes essential. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. This path is not a religious obligation. It's a practical map. It's how we step out of suffering not just for ourselves, but for others as well. Ajahn Chah, a revered Thai forest monk, often said that when we live according to the Dhamma, the natural truth, karma, begins to lose its hold. Why? because we stop creating new harm, and slowly, we purify the energy we carry. It is like cleaning a river. The water may still be murky at first, but if you stop polluting it, it clears in time. You must also understand some of the karma you carry is collective. Family karma, cultural karma, generational pain passed down like heirlooms. This too can be transformed, but only if you are willing to stop the cycle. Do not underestimate the power of a single person becoming conscious. When you choose to respond with peace instead of rage, when you choose to speak with truth instead of manipulation, when you choose to forgive instead of retaliate, you shift the karmic trajectory not just for yourself, but for everyone connected to you. The third step is purification. In Buddhism, there are specific practices that help purify past karma. One of the most powerful is recitation chanting or repeating sacred phrases with sincere intention. The Buddha himself taught the power of repentance, not as guilt, but as clarity. When we acknowledge our wrongs, not to shame ourselves, but to bow with humility, we open the heart for healing. The Vajrasattva mantra in Tibetan Buddhism is one such practice. It is recited for purification of past misdeeds, to bring the heart back into alignment. But even simpler than that is the practice of metta bhavana, loving kindness meditation. When you send genuine love to yourself, to those you love, to strangers, and yes, even to those who've harmed you, you burn away karma, not through fire, but through compassion. The Dalai Lama reminds us, be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. And kindness, true kindness, is a karmic reset. It interrupts the chain of harm. It returns you to your true nature. But let's be honest, clearing karma is not always immediate. Sometimes, you will still feel the weight of past causes. The pain may linger. The consequences may unfold slowly. That's okay. What matters is that your direction is different. You are no longer adding weight. You are shedding it. Each act of presence is a step toward freedom. Each mindful breath is a cleansing. Each moment of restraint, of gentleness, of truth, these are not small things. They are karmic medicine. And one day, without realizing it, you'll notice the same patterns no longer trap you. The same triggers no longer control you. The same pain no longer defines you. You will have changed not just your fate, but the fabric of your consciousness. And that is what it means to be free. You will have changed not just your fate, but the fabric of your consciousness. And that is what it means to be free. But freedom from bad karma doesn't always arrive with fireworks. It shows up quietly in the choices you no longer make, in the arguments you walk away from, in the apology you finally say without defensiveness, in the moment you pause before reacting and choose peace instead. Freedom from bad karma is not an escape from life. It is a deeper immersion into life with clear eyes and a compassionate heart. One of the most misunderstood ideas in Buddhism is that karma binds us forever. But the truth, as taught by great masters like Shantideva, is that karma is not fate. It is habit energy. The more we act from ignorance, the deeper the groove becomes. But the moment we awaken even slightly, we begin carving a new path. Shantideva said, "If something can be remedied, why be unhappy about it? And if it cannot be remedied, what use is there in being unhappy?" This insight is a key to unlocking karma. Much of what we carry is made heavier by our resistance to it, our regret, our guilt, our shame. But what if you stopped carrying it like a wound and started walking with it like a teacher? Not all bad karma needs to be undone. Some of it just needs to be understood. A painful childhood might not be reversed, but it can give rise to profound compassion. A broken heart might not be restored, but it can make you more tender toward the suffering of others. Even betrayal can awaken the courage to set firmer boundaries or love with deeper discernment. The transformation of karma is an erasure. It's transmutation. It's how you turn poison into medicine. In the Buddhist text, the Dhammapada, the Buddha tells us, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal law. That means your karma won't change because you hate it away, or because you punish yourself into worthiness. It will change when you love yourself into wholeness. Love is not a passive thing in Buddhist practice. It is active. It is the fearless decision to treat yourself and others with reverence, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. To clear karma is to clear the dust from your eyes and see with the vision of prajna, deep wisdom. It is to no longer confuse fleeting emotion with eternal truth. It is to stop feeding the inner stories that keep you small. Because bad karma doesn't just arise from actions, it arises from identification. You believe you are your anger, your envy, your wound, and so you act from them, and the cycle continues. But the Buddha taught anatta non-self. You are not a fixed identity. You are not the story your suffering tells. You are the awareness behind it. You are the witness. And the moment you realize that, your karma weakens, because it no longer has a mask to hide behind. From that place of awareness, healing becomes possible. And from healing, a new way of living is born. So how do you live in a way that dissolves karma as you move through the world? You begin with right effort, not struggle, not force, but consistency. The consistent practice of mindfulness, the daily intention to remain awake, not perfect, just awake. When you're angry, pause. When you're envious, breathe. When you're afraid, stay with the breath. This is how you stop karma from deepening. Add to this the practice of dana generosity. Give, not because you have extra, but because giving frees the heart from greed. Give time. Give presence. Give kind words. Give forgiveness. Each offering loosens the knots of karmic grasping. Also, embrace sila ethical conduct. Align your actions with compassion. Do not harm. Do not deceive. Do not intoxicate your body or mind to escape reality. Live in a way that brings harmony to others, and you will begin to feel that harmony within. When karma tries to pull you back into old behaviors, meet it with metta, loving kindness, not as a performance, but as a practice. Say silently, "May I be free from suffering," and then, "May you be free from suffering," even if that you is someone who hurt you. Especially then, breathe in peace, breathe out forgiveness. Let your entire being become a prayer. This is how karma changes, not through fear, but through presence, not through shame, but through awareness, not through punishment, but through a deeper vow. I will walk a new path. And yes, the past may visit old emotions, old mistakes. But now, you are different. You do not greet them with guilt. You greet them with gentleness. You don't identify, you observe. You learn. You bow. You let go. You may find it helpful to reflect each night. The Buddha encouraged reflection before sleep, not to dwell, but to understand. What actions today created peace? What actions created pain? Where did I act from wisdom? Where did I act from ignorance? This gentle inquiry is not for judgment, but for clarity. And clarity gives birth to freedom. Over time, you will begin to notice that situations that once ensnared you now pass like clouds. People who once provoked you now elicit compassion. You no longer react, you respond. Not because you've become detached, but because you've become rooted. And rootedness is how karma loses its power. You now stand not in resistance, but in understanding. Not in fear, but in equanimity. This doesn't mean you won't feel pain. Pain is part of life. But suffering, the clinging, the stories, the looping karma that begins to dissolve. You will wake one morning and realize you are no longer haunted. The weight you thought was yours to carry forever is gone. Or perhaps more beautifully, you realize it was never truly you to begin with. You are spacious, you are clear, you are awake, and now you become a refuge for others. Because the deepest purpose of releasing karma is not only your freedom, but your ability to help others become free. This is the path of the Bodhisattva, to awaken not just for yourself, but for all beings. So you walk gently. You speak truth. You hold space. You don't preach. You embody. And those still trapped in cycles of pain, they feel something different in you. They feel safety. They feel the possibility of change. You become the living proof that karma can be broken, that suffering is not eternal, that love, when practiced with awareness, is the most powerful force in the universe. So say this silently. Now, I am no longer bound by my past. I am no longer defined by my pain. I see my karma clearly. I respond with love. I forgive. I release. I choose new seeds. I walk the path of peace. I live as presence. And I offer my awakening to the world. This is how bad karma ends, not with noise, but with stillness. Not with rage, but with clarity. Not with more karma, but with a vow to harm less, to love more, to awaken fully. And in this, you are free.